Up, JS coming at you with the new deck profile. Today we're looking at King of Skull Servants. This deck is crazy for Synchros. It still works in today's format, and it has kind of an OTK kind of variant, but it's pretty meh. So pretty much, let's just get into it. Starting with 3 King of Skull Servants. This thing gains 1,000 attack for each Skull Servant in your graveyard. If it's destroyed by battle, you can banish the Skull Servant and bring it back, so he's pretty dope that way. We got 3 Right Prince. Right Prince, when he is sent to the graveyard, so sent, remember that, he can mill off a Lady in Right and a Skull Servant, and then you can banish 3 Skull Servants, or no, 2 Skull Servants and himself, and you can special summon a King of Skull Servants from your deck, so that's pretty crazy. 3 Lady in Right. Lady in Right's just more to combo off with the Right Prince, but also has the effect of making anything that's under level 3 zombie-type monsters unaffected by spells and traps. So if you want to go for a game with your King of Skull Servants, this is the perfect card to have on the board, probably in defense, because she has 22,000 defense. 3 Skull Servants. You can cut this down to 2 if you want. I play 3 because it just combos off with Right Prince, and yeah, I send Right Prince quite a lot, so that's why these are there. 2 Right Princess. Right Princess has the effect when you normal or special summon her that you can mill off a Right Prince from your deck. So then you get the effect and all that. And she also has the effect of being a hand trap and making monsters' neg attack equal to their level times 300. So that's always pretty good. 3 Rightmare. I play Allure of Darkness in this deck. And, you know, when you do the Right Prince effect, you can banish off your stuff. Or if you use your King of Skull Servant and you banish off one of your Skull Servants, this card can bring it back into the graveyard. So your monster's attack will get boosted by the Right Prince and the monster that you brought back. Or it can special summon a King of Skull Servants or a Lady in Right to your board from the banish zone. So that's always really good. Now, getting into the more synchro thing, we got 3 Shurnui Solitaire. The combo with this card is that you would tribute it off just to bring out Unizombie. So that's kind of all this card's used for. That's why it's at 3. Now we got 3 Unizombies, because obviously for the Shurnui Solitaire. Unizombie has a great effect that lets you ditch a card and then boost a card's level on the board. And then after that, he also has the effect to ditch a card from deck and then boost the level on the board. If you use any of his effects, though, only zombie monsters can attack, so keep that in mind. Sometimes I even forget. Excuse me. But yeah. 3 Mizukis. This is what you're going to ditch from deck to boost up Unizombie's level. And otherwise, in your hand, if you brick a Skull Servant, you can actually just ditch that and boost a monster on your opponent's side of the board if you really want to. Otherwise, it's best to keep hand present, so I wouldn't say use Unizombie's effect to ditch from hand all the time. But yeah, 3 Mizukis because they bring back a monster from grave, as long as it's a zombie type. So you can bring back anything to make combo. Mostly I bring back Solitaire to make Omega, because I usually just use the ditch ability from deck to boost Unizombie to 4. Solitaire, bring it back, make Omega. So that's pretty good. 2 Spectral Sword. I use Spectral Sword to make Crystal Wing, because sometimes this is in hand, or sometimes I have a slower play, or I have the chance to make a slower play. So I ditch this from deck, so that's always good. Its effect is that you can banish 2 monsters, or as many monsters to make a Synchro monster, but it won't be a Synchro summon, it will just be a special summon. So keep that in mind. So that means anything with an actual condition of saying certain monsters doesn't have to be that way this time. So that's pretty cool. 1 Spirit Master. Spirit Master is just to get off of Swallow Slash. That's all his effect is pretty much good for. Otherwise, you could make a rank 4 with him if you really wanted to because of his normal summon effect. His normal summon effect is to special summon one from a graveyard, but it gets banished when it leaves the field, so that's something. Now getting into traps, we got the 3 Swallow Slash. Swallow Slash allows you to tribute 1 zombie type monster, then target 2 cards on the field and destroy them, so pretty much Icarus attack. But then after that, it has the effect to banish 1 Shiranui monster. Actually, you must banish 1 Shiranui monster from your deck. So pretty much what I do is I banish Spirit Master. So that means I pop 2 back row and 1 face-up card on the board. So that's 3 cards. So that's a crazy combo. Also, banishing the Spectral Sword sometimes is pretty good, because then after that Spectral Sword and well, if you banish Solitaire afterwards, and you can just bring back Spectral Sword, or you can bring back Spirit Master, so that's always pretty good. It's a combo that you can just make. It's not really, it's just there really for me. I don't really use it too much. 1 Torrential, just destroy all monsters. 1 Mirror Force, I got big monsters. It's hard for them to get over it, so most likely them attacking is not really happening. But I guess when I attack and they have an answer, that's kind of why you need Mirror Force to just rely back on, but it's not too important. 1 Solemn. Solemn just stops everything. 1 Heavy Storm Duster. This card's okay. It's just that, I got Swallow Slash. That's like just better for this deck. So that's why I just play it at 1. 3 Allure of Darknesses. If I banish a Skull Servant in hand, and then after that I just have Right Prince, I just pretty much plussed off that like twice, so that's pretty good. That's always a decent thing. 1 Regeki, obviously to destroy all monsters again. 1 Foolish. Foolish to set up either Spectral Sword or to ditch a Mizuki because you're going pretty slow and let's say you just got a lot of stuff in your grave at that point. 1 for 1. 1 for 1 works amazing if you have Right Prince in hand, because then after that you just ditch that, you bring out the King Skull Servant, and then Right Prince effect will activate to ditch 2 more, so that's always amazing. So that's the deck. Now we'll go into the extra deck. 3 Omegas. Omega is crazy in this deck because when you banish something, you can just bring it back during your opponent's standby phase. Also, the effect to come out, then back in is always crazy. So that means if you have it in your extra monster zone and it goes back out, and then after that later it comes back in, you can put it in any monster zone you want at that point. Because the rules, don't question it. And then after that, we just got a whole bunch of kind of more one-ofs. I don't really play anything at 2 or anything, so let's just get into it. I play number 68. 68's okay. He stops things from being special summoned from graveyards. And he can prevent destruction of himself. I like this guy because he gains attack for each card in your graveyard, or everyone's graveyard, really. But he's just kind of there because if you play against a deck that actually special summons from the graveyard a lot, say a mirror match, you just make 2 Omegas, and then after that you'll make this, and then you'll just stop your opponent completely. So that's always a good thing about this card. 1 Zombie Skull. Zombie Skull to help make into Crystal Wing, because as I said about the Spectral Sword, is that you can banish the monsters to make this level and special summon it without having to do the actual condition of Synchro summoning, because it counts as a special summon. So that's always good to have. 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, obviously for the negates, the attack, beat over. Beals, you only make Beals if you really have to later. Usually you'd have a nice setup board. Even for the Crystal Wing play, you'd have a setup board of at least the Omegas and banishing in and out kind of thing. 1 Slacker, if you get your level 1s and you're going super slow, you make this. You just make it in a heartbeat. No one cares. Just make it. One Castel, as I said, with the plays that you can make with the what is it? What's the Shiranui monster? Give me a second. Spirit Master. There we go. Because of the Spirit Master normal summon effect, you can actually make an XYZ at that point if you really want. One Karagorgon. Zoo is still being played at the moment. So hopefully it will get hit. But yeah, just Karagorgon for now, just because of Zoo. But later if it gets hit, probably take it out for maybe another XYZ, maybe Ragna Zero or something. It's always good to have draw power. One Armades, always attacking and not being able to activate something, or your opponent not being able to activate something, is always great, so that's why he's there. Black Rose. Black Rose to blow up board. Skull Servants don't really care because the Mizukis will probably just bring back a King of Skull Servant and you'll attack for game. Spark. Spark to just prevent destruction of cards. That's always a good thing. So yeah, Spark's there. Shiranui Shogun Saga. He's just there because he's a Shiranui monster, really. He does increase attack for a more OTK thing, so that's always cool. And then after that, Samurai Saga. He's just there again to make Crystalling. It's always good to have a second material because they're probably going to either strike when you make, what is it, Archfiend Zombie Skull. So, yeah, I just have a second one just in case. You want to make that Crystal Wing, so that's always good. So that's the deck profile. Please leave a comment, subscribe. Thanks.